Right, should work. Yep. Gen set decided to turn itself off this morning, and it seems that the saltwater lift pump in the port hull outside the aft bathroom has decided to stop working. So I think it's back to the marina, and also the wind warning tomorrow is influencing that. It's a beautiful calm Sunday morning, so we're only back on the marina because the gen set is malfunctioning as the primary raw water pump's not working. Well, and the forecast wasn't too good. Well, hopefully we'll sort that problem out today, but first order of business is breakfast. We've had a very heavy dew last night. There's no cloud cover, and it's a damn cold morning for here, not frosty. There's not much wind for the yacht race today, so far anyway. We're obviously not going in it. And here comes a big barge back again. We've got a wee tug on the starboard aft quarter. It's the Wainui again. Right, we're in the port passageway, I suppose. Right, so there's the raw water filter for the gen set, which we have just cleaned. There's the pump, which is the same as a Mercedes freshwater pump, which would be an easy swap. However, there is no power getting to the connection, so I suppose next is up into the generator locker and see if we find hopefully something as simple as a blown fuse, or maybe a relay giving trouble. Right, so it's into here. Right, so here's the box for the gen set. Breaker panel for the gen set. Exhaust water separator, so wet exhaust comes into here, water goes out under the port hull, exhaust goes out dry so we don't get the ongoing irritating noise for the neighbours. And the gen set. The fuse appears to be okay, and the relay clicked. Now I think there's some fuses under here. Well, no joy so far. It's starting to get fairly windy. Clouds are moving quite fast. Right, need to look for some bits to jury rig something if I can't fix it properly. Okay, I found what I needed. Some relays and a switch. Some more C-Torque backbones and stuff. Might as well go to the boat. Right, cable just in case we have to run a new one. Relay switch is a wee 12-volt supply. Contact cleaner for when someone finally gets up the mast to the wind transducer. Multi USB charger. Some more C-Torque stuff. It's Wednesday morning, power's off at home. They're replacing a pole down the road. I think I counted 10 North Power trucks, so I presume they're doing more than one pole. Currently calm, but it's supposed to become strong and northerlies today. Right, I'm in the starboard hull, and behind this sliding door, which closes off, is the main connection panel. Which corresponds to the diagram in the owner's manual. So we're looking for 59, which is going to be there somewhere. So these black things sticking up contain fuses, and obviously someone couldn't find the replacement fuse and just stuck another inline fuse in. These are relays, and there's also some diodes around somewhere. We have a negative bus bar here and another one over here, so easy to measure voltages. That's the back of the fridge freezer unit with its drain, and the silver thing is the air conditioning duct on this side. Down here's the galvanic gas isolator, pump switches, battery protector, bilge pump relays, the controllers for the lights, and then way up in here is all the electronics above the ceiling. Right, so that panel comes out and goes all the way up to the top of the helm. I've just turned on the aircon on this side, so here it is. Air return goes in through here. Here's the temperature sensor, and we've got the salt water cooling in and out, pump, the dryer, and we've got an outlet here which is blowing warm air. Another one on the ceiling close to the cabin, and another one up here in the saloon. And there's the ducts closed. It's the air return grill with the air conditioning unit in behind. And here's the next access panel further forward. So there's a silver air conditioning duct. Red's hot fresh water, blue's cold fresh water. And we have valves. The white ones are from the sinks. And here is the big stainless steel I-beam on both sides. Let's turn the light on. Right, stainless steel I-beam runs right across the boat, supports the mast and allows the main bulkhead to have the cutout for the watertight front door. I don't have enough hands to show it, but I've been using an 18 volt battery to check and make sure the pump's running, and it's not when I connect it across the terminal, so I'm going to have to pull it out and have a closer look. Well, a large number of cable ties released, and we have the wiring loose. Okay, one hose off. I think I'll take it off the wall, make it easy. On closer inspection, it was held on by a cable tie, so one pipe to go. Okay, it's out. Right, very, very stiff to turn. So it may well have seized and possibly blown a fuse somewhere, which I haven't found yet. Okay, so it's brushless and magnetic. Here's the rotor, and a good clean, things may work again. Let's try it. There's quite a bit of crud in here. Well, it rotates freely now, but it's still not actually running. Looks like a new pump. I was just about to go out and see about buying another one. I thought, well, let's test it on 12 volts rather than 18 volts. So, right, well, that's saved some expense. So this is one of the big AGMs on the boat. We've got 3 of them. It'd be nice to upgrade at some stage, but it is what it is at the moment. With that unexpected happy news, let's reinstall it. Right, well, the hose fitting on there, this one is leaking, so we'll might as well fix that while we're there. You can see the stain, so there's obviously been a gentle drip over time. This does empty into the bilge. Right, pumps back in, wiring is connected but not tidied, and I've put some new Teflon tape on the water strainer outlet. So just waiting on mate Stuart to arrive, because I can't switch things on and check at the same time. Just reminding us there's not a lot of room to work in here. It'd be much easier if everything was on the starboard side with the wider corridor. Stuart's here. I've just started the generator. Pump isn't going, so to see if we can figure out where the wires run. So this is the port forward cabin, and I imagine it runs in that loom here. So up, and the generator should be up in there. So follow the white wires. Right, back into the generator locker. Here's the blower. I'm presuming it's on the same circuit as the water pump, so I'll get Stuart to start the gen set and we'll see if this runs. That's the fuel pump. It's not running. Okay, so it might be easier to follow that wire, but let's have a look. Well, there's the wiring loom coming in, and we'll open this junction box up again. Well, I've changed the fuse, even though it looked fine. I've changed the relay. There's the old one there, and we'll see if we got an operating pump again. I'm just checking under the nerve station. This is the battery for the generator. Just making sure there's no missing or no yet to be discovered relays or anything. Just looking down the back of the battery box. And that over there is the controller for the LED lights at the front porch. It's Friday afternoon, on my way to the boat, the new Marina Trust Marina. There's still a lot of digging to go. I've been down it for a long time now, and continuing to remove mud. And here's our bicycle lifting bridge. So it's low tide obviously at the moment. And they're busy building up the surface on the shore bit, some gravel. Well, we can certainly say the worst of the weather's gone through, but gee, it's been raining and windy. Look, it's blown all the way into here, right across the table. I've been carefully looking at the schematics. So, genset That's the Northern Lights one, our one's a wee bit different. So this is presume, focus, water lift pump, gen set blower, fuel pump, relay, but if we follow the power feed down here and it goes to a 20 amp fuse here, and I believe that's outside Stuart's cabin, so we'll go and look at that. That'll be in here, which is electronics bay or electrical bay on the port side. Crash, and that's where we've been busy working down there. Right, so we'll check any fuses in here. Right, well, we have a selection of fuses here to look at. The fuses weren't blown, but the top one there didn't appear to be in properly. It seems to come up through the floor inside the air conditioning return area. Right, we'll have a look in here. Well, back in here I've been bamboozled because we're not even getting clicking of the fuel pump, so I'll pull the top off again, just checking the fuses there, and got a blown fuse here, so it's a 10 amp. Right, replace that fuse. Fuel pump's going. Stop! Okay, the relay is clicking again. Right, so I've just run temporary power. You can hear it running. I just want to have a listen to see if the fuel lift pump is going. I've just grabbed temporary power from here. Right, this is the port engine bay. And over there, behind the filter, there, other side of that board, is the lift pump for the generator. I can't hear it clicking. We're just going to push start. No, I want you to start it. Let it start, but don't let it run. Stop. No, I didn't hear it click. I don't mean to say it's not working, I just can't hear it. But I presume it's not. That might be another problem for another day. Oh, I've opened the seacock. I'm going to run the generator. Down to the pump and make a connection in here. Alright, I'm in the the port forward cabin. So taking the panel out here, just having a look to see if we can run a cable. Alright, so that'll be the exhaust and raw water. And this one here will be the water, because there's a wet exhaust, water exhaust separator, and power cables. It's 7:30 on Saturday. It's cool, but not cold as the wind's not coming from the south at the moment. It's not a bad morning. I suppose I better get to do some useful work. So in that hatch there is the generator. So last thing yesterday I poked a wire through, and I'm standing in the front porch. There's the steps, and here is my electrical cable. So let's feed that back a bit. Let's go find the other end, which will be in here under the nav station. Just covered in bits. Right, that's the generator start battery, and I presume it should come out through here. Oh, I'm going to have to use the snake to get through. It's quite tight there. Well, after trying a few different positions, we've got it through. Okay, join them together and pull them through. I'm not sure if I said it, but the idea is to get 12 volts to the junction box and the relay, because currently we don't have 12 volts to there, and then maybe we'll get 12 volts to the pump. Failing that, we'll have to run another cable and connect it to the generator start battery. I haven't put a fuse in yet. Once more into here, connect the other end, so we should have 12 volts to be switched by the relay. Okay, so I've managed to run the wire from there in through the cable gland there, and now we've just got to terminate it onto the terminal strip. Right, well, for some reason between the black on here and the black on the wire I've just run is 12 volts, which absolutely shouldn't be the case. Well, looking closely, that's negative. That's what I connected the positive to, and that is positive, which I connect to the negative to. And I got misled because there's a fuse here going to the negative, which I didn't put in, and it comes out of that cable or goes with that cable. I certainly didn't do that. Well, in my defense, it's very hard to actually read that because it's underneath an overhang. Right, just checked, no voltage difference and no resistance between my one and ground there, or negative there. Is it working? No. Still not working, so I'll have to take a feed from here down to the pump. I can't see any other way in the absence of figuring out what bloody maze of cables the factory put in, which I certainly can't because they all look the same, hidden behind air conditioning ducts, dusty, poor access. Just as well I've got plenty of marine cable. Okay, I'll fed it through the nav station, so we will wander along with the rest of them into where the rest of the cables go, although the air conditioning duct will get in the way. I'm labelling it as I go. Well, we've come down the currently right side corridor, or the inboard end, and we've come out in the aircon return area. So we're now going to go underneath the floor and down into here. Mate Stuart, with his long arms, managed to feed it through the same hole as the raw water hoses. So we're getting closer. So I passed by, we better have some lunch. Oh, we got the cable through to the pump. Here comes the rain. Wind's long since it's gone around to the southwest. Right, should work. Yep. We've bled the water from the pump, so I suppose we'll find out if it overheats. Can't check the exhaust because the water and the exhaust gas get separated. Okay, we've cable tied everything back together. It did run for quite a long time, then have an overheat alarm. Fairly sure the raw water impeller on the generator engine needs to be replaced. because it will run dry a fair bit. Might be tomorrow's job. I've just poured fresh water into get rid of all the salt that's been running around, so it runs into the bilge, and the bilge pump is dealing with it. I'm busy putting all the panels back in place, but I better get the bits out for the water pump. So there and here, big box of engine spares, and look, water pump impeller. Well, at least the rain stayed away while we were working the engine bay. Hopefully tomorrow we'll at least have fine patches to fix the water pump, the raw water pump, change the impeller. We have a very nice rainbow. I suppose that's the benefit of the rain.